And Saturday in College Station, and then on Sunday in Midtown at the Houston Press Best Fest 2011. It's going to be on the Super Block. What's that, you know?
Somewhere in Midtown, wherever that is.
All right, cool.
I didn't help you out much just now, did I?
You did. I thought you'd played there many times before. But, hey, good to have you here in the studio for sure.
Oh, always good to be in here.
And that's such a fun song, Hank. I really like that song.
I'm so glad you like it.
Yes, friend.
Yeah, you make it so much better with that sweet
mouth
instrument that you have there. Yes.
Now, we just played some Hayes Carl before you guys got started, and Craig, Hayes actually came to your CD release party. Tell folks a little bit about that.
Well, I think I've told the story before on KPFT, but it's such a self-aggrandizing story that I just have to tell it again. Back in the Helios days when Tramps first started playing, you know, apparently John Evans and Hayes Carl, from what they told me, would skip out their own gigs, would skip some of their own gigs to come watch us play. And, you know, Hayes really liked the Tramps, and I didn't know who he was at the time. And then he called and asked us to play the Stingaree Festival. And I didn't know who he was, so I was like, well, how much you paying?
Right.
You know, he's like, well, we'll pay you such and such amount. We'll set you up in a beach house. And I was like, we're in. Cool. And then we met him and we realized he was kind of a big deal. So ever since then, we've kind of played a lot with Hayes, and he likes the Tramps and we love Hayes. So he came out and played. I realized he was playing the next day at the Mucky Duck after our CD release party. So I called him and I said, hey, man, you want to play a couple songs with us on stage? Oh, I'd love to, Rev. I'd love to, in a slow little voice. So he came out and played Bob Dylan's Maggie Farm with us. We always kind of play that song together, both bands, whenever he's around. And then we surprised him with one of his songs, Going Down the Road Tonight, I think is what it's called. And that song has a lot of lyrics, man. I don't know if you ever heard it, but I tried to memorize that thing. I said, guys, let's surprise Hayes with the song. So we picked a random song. I get back home and start trying to memorize this son of a whatever. Right. It's like, damn, Hayes, you know. But anyway, we did it. And then
he was pretty impressive you picked that one, huh?
Yeah, he goes, I forget it about every third time.
Right. Fantastic. I did not make it to the show, but I heard it was packed, and I heard it was a fantastic evening.
It was a lot of fun.
Now, Zinn Hill Records, fairly new record label. Is this your first I mean, I know you've worked with them, but is this your first record on Zinn Hill with Dan?
Yeah, this is the first real release that we've done with Zinn Hill, and I think it might be the second real release that Zinn Hill did. I know Rocky Moon and Bolt just released American Honey, I think it's called.
Right.
And then the Tramps. Now, we re-released, of course, my Birdner album and then the Sideshow Tramps Medicine Show album, but this is the first real Tramps release on Zinn Hill.
Okay, very nice. And Hank, are you going to release yours with Zinn Hill as well?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad you
said that. They take mighty good care of me.
They do, and they've worked even on Zinn Films has done some of your music videos as well, right?
Yeah, I credit them for breathing life into the Southern Backtones and keeping us resuscitated. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Keeping us resuscitated?
Sure, that works medically.
Yeah, so Ross Wells and Dan Workman are the reason the Backtones exist. And Craig Kinsey every now and then.
Yes,
and
sir.
Rourke, actually. Melissa.
And your fans.
And yeah, Melissa does it. Oh, no, the fans, we don't have any fans. So that's why we're here. We're trying to wrangle a fan or two.
Actually, I think Zinn Hill is about to do the next project is a John the Revelator video from Zinn Hill. All fancy like and stuff.
Very nice.
Yes,
Can't wait
sir.
to see that.
They're going to put it in formaldehyde bottles and they're going to dissect it and put
I'm
it all
gonna hear
together.
that for the rest of my life.
Yeah, you are. We've got Hank Shima and Craig Kinsey live in the KBFT studio. Gentlemen, what is next?
I guess I'll play a little song.
All right.
I've got a new album coming out soon.
Solo?
Yeah, a new solo project. It's pretty much all finished. We have one more session with Steve Christensen at the end of this month, mixing it and whatnot, and it should be done. So they'll have a Craig Kinsey album coming out pretty soon, and this is one of the songs on it. We had a girl named Sarah Gregory was awesome enough to acquire for us a Baptist choir to sing on this one, which you'll be hearing soon. It's kind of like a little church type of thing almost. It's a church testimonial deal called New World Now. 45. The cops are taking a stage dive and Earth keeps spinning. I'm just grinning. Ooh, it's a new world now. It's a new world now and we're not free. We're half the race we used to be. Our new church is the pharmacy where you can find the pills. Ooh, for all your ills. Ooh, it's a new world now. And the rotting corpse of the Ubermensch has filled the streets up with its stench. Reason's been put on the bench. The passions are back. Ooh, what you think of that? Ooh, it's a new world now. And the television has made us mean. We switch our attention span from scene to scene. Reality TV's sorta like Soylent Green. We feast on other souls. Never ask who's in control. Oh, it's a new world now. And our schools are filled with mass confusion, guns and drugs and disillusion. The 60s brought us this revolution in the name of free loving. Oh, hey guys, thanks for nothing. Oh, it's a new world now. And I say, ooh, ooh, it's a new world now. Well, I may be wrong, I'm really not sure.
Tell him, Reverend.
I was wrong about something else once before, but I'll just grab my hat and hit the door. It's been great in this town. Yeah, I'll see you around. It's a new world now. I'm gonna get on down to that good old gospel shit. Old Snoopfoot, don't give me no lip. I'm gonna get on down to that good old gospel shit. I'm gonna wait for that new world now. I'm gonna wait for that new world now. Everybody gather round, New Jerusalem is coming down. Get down that new world now. I'm gonna wait for that new world now. Come on, wait for that new world now. Amen, brothers and sisters, and praise Thor and whatever.
Craig Kinsey getting some help from Hank Shima live in the KPFT studios on Wide Open Spaces today. Fantastic. That will be on the new solo CD, Craig, that should hit stores in about...
Oh, I'd say 3 months. Maybe
3 months?
4, I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll let people assimilate the Revelator album for a little while.
Right.
Chew on that.
And that is out, and it came out about a week ago, right?
Yeah, I came out about a week ago.
You can get it locally at Cactus as well as...
You can get it at Cactus and Sigs and Soundwaves and iTunes and all that stuff.
All right, and the Honky Tonk Blood CD is out as well as the movie is, and you can get that online at...
all those places too. Yeah,
Okay.
iTunes is probably the place to send people, and you can go also check out the other bands on Zen Hill at ZenHillRecords.com, and there's links to all what we have going on right there.
Very cool. What Johnny Falstaff getting the Heisman, trying to get into Europe. What's going on with that?
Man, yeah, he got the boot. Johnny showed up to Europe. I brought him to the airport, or somebody did. Maybe it was me. And I got a phone call from him 3 days later, and I thought, wow, that's odd that Johnny would be calling me from Europe. And I'm thinking, something weird. And sure enough, he's like, dude, man, hey, man, I'm in Washington, D.C., man. I'm going to be in Houston. Can you pick me up, dude?
That's good.
I'm like, well, what happened? He's like, well, dude, I got there, man, and they said I spent too much time here that I can't come back, so they stuck me back in D.C., and that's as far as they sent me. So I'm back. So he had 2 months booked of touring in Europe that he's right now he's canceling.
Something wrong with his visa or
No, it's a law was passed in 2006, everybody, just in case you tour in Europe, that you can only spend 3 months out of the 6 months in Europe. And he already used his 3 months up.
What if you go with the status as an artist?
I'm sure he threw that one on him. But he had a cowboy hat on, and his little officer was a Bush hater. So he somehow put the two together, like the rest of the world is. And because he had a cowboy hat on, they assumed, and he was from Houston, they assumed that he was George Bush's cousin or something. They did not take kindly and treat him nicely.
So he's begging you guys to play with him for the next 2 months?
No, Johnny, first off, you know anything, Johnny, it's not in his blood to beg, and that's why all his friends rise to the occasion to try to help him out. So we're all trying to get him some income and put him back to work. So we've got him coming in, playing all the shows for the movie that he made. It sounds right that he'd be playing on them. So we're bringing him out.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about the best... Okay, let's go